playoffs brings us to the home of the Ravens. Sold out M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland. Today we continue on in Wild Card Weekend with a great AFC matchup between the Miami Dolphins and the Baltimore Ravens. The battle for the Lamar Hunt Trophy begins as we're underway in this AFC Wild Card game. Taken about 7 yards deep, and he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. They go play action here on first down. It's complete to Brown, right side. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. Give him 30 yards there.
Big plays always wind up being a big theme as we get rolling in these playoffs. And the defenses that can avoid giving them up, but they're the teams that tend to go far. You may not eliminate those big plays, but if you can limit them, then you've got a chance to get to the ultimate game.
So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. Jackson. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete. He had no options downfield there and just chucked it out of bounds.
There was no one open. He was in the pocket. Where was the intentional grounding call?
Oh, you wanted the flag?
Of course I did. I'm a defensive guy. You know that. Where was the flag? The officials point out that someone was in the area. He got away with one.
Quick strikeout wide by Jackson. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down. Now with a play clock at 4, we're going to get a timeout called. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down. Again, Jackson. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Give him 22 there on the 3rd down conversion. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. Throwing right, and that's complete. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. And the pocket's been protected pretty good here so far in the opening drive.
We always talk about confidence in runners and catchers and quarterbacks. How about the protection detail? They're not allowing anyone near the guy throwing the football.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And the Ravens are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line. That play gets him 6 yards and sets them up with a 1st and goal. To throw again is Jackson. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal.
9-yard line.
Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. Jackson will throw again. They'll set up a screen for Breida. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a 3rd and goal. And Jackson throwing once more. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker Kyle Van Noy. And a short return to the 6-yard line. Nobody ever wants the interception on the opening drive to happen, but when it happens in the playoffs, it feels like it's a bigger deal. What a rough start.
And how about these visitors? The defense just went right on the field and seized momentum. You know, almost like they're saying, okay, no one expects us to win this one. Let's go ahead and give them a shock early. Took the ball from the home team and put them in the hole.
Because this crowd, one of the best in the league, especially this time of year, it's going to be tough to take them out of it, but that's a heck of a start. Linebacker Patrick Queen bringing him down. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
At the 8-yard line.
Here's Hunt. And a short pickup here as he'll get across the 10 to the 11-yard line. Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6. On the option, here's Taylor. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Only 2 yards, and it'll be a punt on their opening possession.
And if you like defensive football, focus on the defensive end on this play. He does everything exactly right. Reads the play and make sure he spills it for a small gain.
Yards the tally on the return there. And the Ravens set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the Dolphins' 39-yard line.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. And a give this time to the tailback. And he'll get this down close to a first down at about the Dolphins' 30. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
Now they try the right side here. He'll get about 6 there as he takes this one down to the 24-yard line.
The ball carrier. The tackle made at the 24-yard line.
No score after 1 on EA Sports.
With no score.
Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They go play action with Jackson. Being chased out left. This is caught. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
Goal at the 3-yard line.
So 1st and goal and an opportunity for our first points in this wild card game. They'll try to run this one in. They're able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1.
To me, that's a terrific run on 1st and goal at the 3. They got 2 yards. I'd line right back up and give it to him again.
On 2nd and goal, they'll give it to him again. And the avenue collapsed for him as he's going to be held up short of the goal line.
Short of the goal line.
2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that second down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
So call that no gain on the sneak, and now they're still a yard short here on 4th. The offense is staying out there. Here we go on 4th and goal from the 1. And then turn to the power game to try to get in. And he's not going to get there. Might have even lost a yard. They tried to let the fullback pound it in between the tackles, but he stopped up short. And the Dolphins celebrate their goal line stand. To begin the drive, here's a handoff to Hunt. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
They'll run. This is Hunt. And he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line.
At the 14.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook. Go play action. Toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Now Taylor on first down. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Marcus Peters came screaming in on the corner blitz.
Oh, my goodness. Was that a defensive back that got to him with the pressure?
Oh, look at the former defensive back. You're all smiles up here.
I hope everybody can hear my smile on that play.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. Room past the 20. And finally taken down to the 25-yard line. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
They'll throw on first down with Taylor. Space to maneuver at the 40. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards.
First down, Miami.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Taylor. Escaping the pressure right. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. I know it appeared he was saying, hey, give me the football, I'm open, but I don't know if that's a pass that he should have thrown there.
Well, I don't think we've ever met a wide receiver that doesn't think he is open or is about to be open.
True.
So when you throw your hand up in the air and tell your quarterback, hey, I'm available, he's trusting that you are. In this case, he was not, and it turned into disaster for them.
Flush to his right. He's going deep for Brown. That one will be incomplete. He caught it but could not stay in bounds for the long connection.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Jackson now on 2nd and 10. He's going to go up top again. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Devin Duvernay, 63 yards. And the Ravens are able to show off their quick strike ability. After a fairly uneventful first quarter, that last play, that'll make a few highlight clips.
It certainly will, and you're exactly right. The first quarter almost felt like a feeling out process, didn't it? Both teams, okay, what are we going to do? Looks like they ramped things up just a little bit to start the second quarter.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10. At their own 25-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Coming up at the half, we remind you that we're going to do what we've done all year. We'll get you down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown of what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin the road to the upcoming Super Bowl. And he whips that one incomplete there. And there we saw rolling right out of the pocket. Maybe his momentum taking him toward that sideline led him a little too far.
Yeah, that is difficult, isn't it? Plus, you're closing down your space, right? You're shortening the field for your receivers. And their inclination is to go towards the sidelines as fast as the quarterback is as well. Hard for them to throttle down to leave themselves with enough room to stay in bounds and catch the ball.
On 3rd down, Taylor. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Matt Hawk now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. Found good room to run there. Returns it 14 yards. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Play action. It's Jackson. He'll let this go for the end zone. Got a man. It's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Devin Duvernay with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half as the Ravens push further out in front. Now, he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the 2nd quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30, right about the 29.
At their own 29-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
Taylor incomplete on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10. To throw again, Taylor. Another throw for Galladay. This one complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards the pickup there.
23 yards.
Well, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
6-yard line.
They go play action with Taylor. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And he'll get this one out to the 50 to the midfield stripe. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
After the interception, here's Jackson. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And he'll get this back across the midfield stripe and down to the 47-yard line. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right? The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
But you're going to tell me, good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
On that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Taylor. Incomplete. He had his hands on it, but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. They'll indeed go for it. It's Taylor. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 14. So we're at halftime of this AFC wildcard matchup. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. Taking it about the 1. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Taylor incomplete on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10. Taylor, he's going to keep it on the option. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
On 3rd down, Taylor. Buying time to his left. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. It's Chuck Clark picking it off. And he will bring this across midfield to the 49-yard line. The first half did not go their way, and that's not going to help matters at all. An interception here on the opening drive of the 3rd quarter.
Obviously not what they were striving to accomplish. But you know who's really upset on their team? The defense. Already trailing. They're going to be counted on to try and hold that score at least where it is.
The 20. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. A big play there. 49 yards. And the Ravens turn that interception into a touchdown. Well, look, this is a team, Charles, they faced adversity all year long. They had to fight and claw to win that division, but they're putting it all together here in the wild card game.
Feels like a statement, doesn't it? An absolute statement game, a message to the top seeds. Overlook us at your own peril. We're pretty darn good.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, we were having a tough patch. This too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Throwing deep for Galladay. And now here is another interception. It's Chuck Clark picking it off. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line. That is now 5 interceptions that he has thrown in this ball game. If I asked you to speculate what's possibly going on in his head, what would you say?
Well, if he's as mentally strong as I believe he is, he understands that not all these picks have been his fault. You know, some of the throws, yes, but there have been a good number of them where he hasn't been helped by his own receivers, and they've turned into interceptions. So he knows if he keeps firing, perhaps good things can happen, not just in this game, but especially in later ones.
Now Jackson on 1st down. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Shaq Lawson, credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Another try after the 1st down sack. Jackson flushed out right. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews, 54 yards. And the Ravens will add on to their lead.
For the extra point.
When they drew that up, I don't think they envisioned it ending in a house call. But he got it and took it all the way home.
Really impressive run after the catch, wasn't it? That was really special by him. But let's face it, in today's NFL, those tight ends are often former wide receivers or maybe even sometimes bigger running backs. They just put them in a position to get a great matchup and make plays like that.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. On second down, Taylor's throw incomplete. Devontae Parker, the intended receiver, but now it'll be third down.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on first and second down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
Taylor now on third down, eluding the pressure right. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off right around the 43, and they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Now Jackson. Pass incomplete.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
Third quarter, wild card round. Thanks for being along for the playoff ride with us. Here's 2nd and 10. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And once again, the Dolphin defense holds firm as they'll stop him behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
3rd down and 11.
On 3rd down, Jackson. And that one drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
On is the punter, Cook, who sends it away. And they won't get a chance to bring this one back. It goes out of bounds, back near their own 20.
Their own 21-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up.
Yeah.
Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. From the 35 on second down, Taylor. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there.
Number 85. A 3-yard gain on the play. Brings up 3rd down.
Taylor. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Solomon Thomas drops him for a 4-yard loss there, and that brings up 4th down.
4th down.
No move to pull the offense. Taylor's going to go for it. Here we go on 4th down with Taylor, escaping the pressure right. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Jackson on 1st down. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Jackson. A short throw caught by Andrews. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a 1st down.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll slice his way down to the 30 with a pickup of 7. Now, I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this 4th quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left for being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off a game.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've only converted once in 4 tries. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Brandon, at some point, these defenders absolutely have to say, we've just got to make a stand. We've had enough of this.
Giving up a lot of points in this game, but looked better on that play. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1.
Mike, 55. Check, 55, Mike. Hey, man, watch the boot.
They'll try and run for it. And he's able to get the 1st here as he's taken down at the 25. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give.
Another carry.
It was Raekwon Davis with the tackle.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the line.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Devin Duvernay saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Ravens add on.
I'm glad we were paying attention during the rules seminar because we learned the only time you can't advance a fumble like that is in the last 2 minutes of either half.
Right. Other than that, if that ball's out, whether forward or backwards, it's live and free for anybody.
No doubt about it. When you say free, that means he's got free reign to pick it up and go. And that's exactly what happened there. Took it in for a touchdown.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They are most likely staring at a cold end to their season here in this wild card round. Nothing has gone right so far, and they are, to be frank, in desperation mode now as they begin with a 1st and 10. And he takes it all the way down to the 32. It's a big play there for Miami. 43 yards on the ground. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Dante Fowler in on the stop. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
And 10 at the Ravens' 32-yard line.
Now a handoff looking right. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone, and that will be incomplete. They weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
A tough day for this offense continues. One of their best chances to get on the scoreboard there, couldn't do it.
Yeah, it's not looking like it's going to happen for them today, does it? I mean, opportunity after opportunity, play after play has gone against them the entire game. They probably feel a little bit like Schluff Rock, got that black cloud over their heads.
Give them 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. They had 3 yards on 1st down, just 1 yard there.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more 1st down to help salt this one away.
Y'all playing the wrong football. Alert 3, alert 3, alert 3. Check 55 to Mike. Check 55 to Mike. Kermit. Mike 50. You. Mike 55. Get your swerve on. Hey, check right, check right. No.
Jackson from the shotgun. He's going to float this one deep right side. Oh, and for the 3rd time, Jackson going to be intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And he will take this across midfield and down to the 48-yard line.
Well, NFL quarterbacks have learned the hard way. You're not going to get rich throwing against this guy. He's definitely too good. And this is now his 2nd interception of the ball game. And if I'm running the offense, I've got to tell my guys, you've got to go work on the other corner.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Another try after the 1st down sack. Taylor under pressure again, and down he goes again. Solomon Thomas picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
3rd down.
Mike 17. Heavy on the edges,
3rd and long, it's Taylor. Now a desperation throw deep down. He's got a man, complete. And finally he goes out of bounds right at the 35-yard line. It's a big play here for the Dolphins on 3rd. 41 yards. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35.
Mike 17.
From the gun, it's Taylor. He's going to let it fly. And incomplete. He dropped it in the end zone.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Kenny Galladay is intended receiver. 3rd down here.
Too many zeros on the stat sheet thus far. No touchdown passes, no points for his team, but he remains undaunted. Still attempting to get his team on the scoreboard, firing the ball downfield.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Well, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle.
The score.
So it would no doubt be a miracle comeback from here, but let's see what they can do starting with the onside kick. Well, it's a Pyrrhic victory at best, but Charles, no team wants to get shut out, so it's hard to blame them for taking the 3 there.
You can't blame them one bit. It hasn't been the best performance, that's for darn sure. But there is something to be said for fighting to avoid the goose egg, and they're at least trying to finish out strong.
From midfield now, here's Jackson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Eric Rowe. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line.
Okay, partner, no surprise to you. I'm going to look at this from the defensive perspective. In the rain, you have to be more cautious trying to cover passing routes. Why? The offense knows where they're going with the football. The receiver knows the route he's going to run. You have to make sure you keep your footing underneath you.
And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a 1st down.
Let's go. Hawk 70, Hawk 70. Double tight, go.
To throw is Taylor. Quick hitch, complete. It's Parker. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. Boy, how good has this defense been seemingly all game long?
I really think right from the first snap, I think you're really onto something there. In this passing game, it just can't get off the ground. In that play, it wound up losing yardage.
2nd and 12 now at the 44-yard line. Here's Taylor to throw. They'll go screen here to Hunt. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. And now here comes their final timeout as they take it with 8 ticks remaining. 3rd and 2, now Taylor. Taylor hit, he lost the football. And now we're going to get a timeout. Somewhat pointlessly called with 3 seconds to go in a game that's already been decided. Here's Matt Hawk now as he's on to punt for Miami. And now the up man has it. It's a fake, and he will not make it. They stop him short of the 1st down. And losing in this wild card round, you know, they've got something to build on, though,